Hi, my name's Dr. Catherine Hughes from Crime Psych. Crime Psych was set up in 2018 with the aim of bringing flexible and affording learning to everyone, and I do this by offering a range of online and face-to-face courses on various aspects of criminal psychology and offender profiling. I also produce a range of interesting and engaging blogs, videos and free courses. I'll put the website in the video description below, so if you want to go take a look at that, you can do. In this third video of the Christmas series, I'm going to talk about how you can keep your home safe around the festive season. Criminal psychologists and researchers like me study the behaviour of offenders so that we can understand it and reduce offending. Burglaries tend to increase at this time of the year, so it's important to plan ahead and to make sure that your home is safe over Christmas. There are lots of things that you can do to ensure that your property is as safe as possible. A recent Home Office report was conducted on a large scale and suggested that burglary was most often committed during the daytime. The majority of burglaries occurred when a house is unoccupied. The most often method of entry for a burglar is through an unsecured window or door. Even if you're just going out for the day, make sure all of your doors and windows are locked. Most often, people will have a mortise deadlock on the back door, but if you don't fully secure all points of entry, then this is completely useless. Even one unlocked window or door will allow a burglar to gain entry into your home. The Home Office report found that almost everybody who'd been a victim of burglary had left one window or door open or unlocked. You could go to extreme lengths to ensure your safety and make sure all the internal doors are locked as well. However, this then opens up the possibility of further damage to your home if somebody did gain entry and break in. A burglar alarm is a good device to deter burglars. Most criminals of any kind are lazy. If they see a block of houses and only one of them doesn't have a burglar alarm, guess which one's going to get broken into? Importantly, turn it on and keep it up to date with the latest security updates. Homes which appear to most likely benefit from installing and using burglar alarms are those whose homes that are easily visible from public areas. You could leave a light on in the house. I've always done this. When a house is in darkness, people know that there's not likely to be anybody home. You could even leave the radio or the television on to give the illusion of somebody being home. If you're going away for a couple of days, you could always ask a neighbour that you trust to come in daily and turn the lights on and off and open and close curtains and to remove the mail from the letterbox. You could ask a couple of neighbours whose houses overlook yours to listen out for any odd noises. If you don't know your neighbours, then invest in a timer switch for the lights and sockets to turn devices on and off as required. You can also buy a device which acts as a fake TV, which gives off the same flicker and light that you would get from a TV when it's on. So from the outside, it looks like somebody is in and the television is on. It is important to know how at risk your home is of being burgled. The location of properties is fairly important in determining the risk of burglary. Some studies have suggested that the highest concentration of burglary occur close to socially disadvantaged housing areas. Other studies have suggested that factors such as whether or not the house is overlooked by any other houses. If a property isn't overlooked, it would give a burglar more time to get in and a way to exit without being seen. The probable value of the goods obtained from different types of households might influence whether or not a burglar is going to target your home. And there is some research, some evidence to suggest that this does occur and to support that assumption. If a burglar can see into your house and assess what's going to be available to take, then you might increase your chances of being burgled. Another thing you could do is stagger how you get rid of empty boxes or empty receipts. For example, if you've opened all of your presents, then you're likely to put all of the empty cardboard boxes into the recycle bin. But hang on to those boxes and put them through the recycling in stages over time rather than all at once, because then all the burglar has got to do is go to your wheelie bin, open it up and say, oh great, there's X, Y, Z or items in that home that I can steal from them. I remember an interview which Professor Cantor conducted in a prison, and he was interviewing a burglar about mental maps, about how they seen the spaces that they move around when they were planning a burglary. And the burglar told him that it wasn't necessarily so much what was in the bin or going through the letters or looking through the windows, but the main thing that would put them off is the presence of a dog or not. If they heard a dog barking in the property, they knew that they would have to deal with that dog once they gained entry. And so they're not as likely to choose properties with dogs in as they are that don't have the dogs in. And I know it's not realistic to expect everybody to own a dog, but you can buy devices which play a recording of a dog each time there's a noise on one of the windows or the door is knocked and something like that, and they're relatively inexpensive these days. Sometimes people leave spare keys in hidden places for emergencies or for when they get locked out. You can even buy hollowed out stones to hide your key in, or hollowed out bricks or whatever. And I personally think that this is a really bad idea. If you can buy that hollowed out stone for $2.99 at B&M, the burglars know about it too, and so they know what to look for. People who burgle houses want the quickest and easiest route in and out of your home. If you leave a door open or a window unlocked, then you're at risk. If you hide a key anywhere on your property, then you're going to be more at risk. If you have a spare key, leave it with a neighbour or buy a secure key box. Whatever happened to neighbourhood watch schemes? You don't hear of many of those. They used to be really quite popular, and they were more effective than regular patrols in some areas. However, as a society, we have become quite insular, and we tend to only talk to other people on our various devices. Speaking of devices, though, there are things that you can buy now which are relatively inexpensive that sends a video link to your phone whenever there's movement at your property. Another thing that you can do, another basic thing that you can invest in, is a motion sensor light. You can also buy CCTV recorders, and they're fairly cheap these days. Even having just a fake camera pointed on your house might be enough to deter a criminal. I'm thinking that most of you will know someone on social media who's counting down to their Christmas getaway. If you put the dates that you're going to be away on holiday online anywhere, you're basically telling people, if you want to come and steal from me, here are the dates that you can come and do it. Did you know that some insurance companies won't pay out a claim if they find out that you've put the dates of your holiday on social media? If you are going away, hold off posting those beach selfies or the ski slope selfies until you come back home. I hope that I have given you something to think about and some ideas to keep your house safer over the festive period. The most common fault of ours when we're being burgled is to not lock all of the doors and windows because we'll only be out for the day. However, daytime is the most likely time that you're going to be burgled. I know that I was burgled quite a few years ago now on New Year's Day, and because I was only going out at 12 o'clock and I knew I was going to be back for 6 o'clock, I'd forgotten to lock one of the doors. And so that was a quick and easy method for burglars to gain entry to my home. Look after each other, talk to each other, watch out for each other. Stay safe. Bye for now.